Think we're live. Yep, we're live. Good morning. And today we're going to do a little discussion about downtime and why that's important. And if I get a moment to throw my pictures over, I will show you pictures of where we were this weekend. But we're going to let Jessica talk about downtime and why that's important.
Downtime is important for all kinds of reasons. Stress elevates mood, and it's just connection. But we went someplace really fun. We were really surprised because we just went
On a whim.
just on a whim just to get away. And hey, Kathy, I need to call you, but my phone died yesterday and I fell asleep. I'll call you later. But we went to, where did we end up going? So one of our patients told us about it.
Gustav.
Casey's over there photobombing us.
Oh.
Anyway, it was in Indiana. It was only like an hour and a half away at the most. And it was so peaceful. We got there. It was very simple. So it was super clean, very simple. But it was there was people all around, but it was so quiet. It was so quiet. We could hear the wind rustling through the leaves of the trees. And we just hung out and watched the birds fight. It was just fun. And
she literally watched the birds fight.
Yeah, I was like, those birds are fighting. They had trees full of bird nests. It was kind of like a little village. And it had they were all Amish made barns, so they were all raised by the Amish. We were looking at them as there was a big restaurant. It was buffet style Amish. It was all homemade Amish food. The barn was amazing. They had a gift shop. They had a banquet hall. They had
they had it all.
They had an Amish auction on certain days that it wasn't going on. They had an antique mall. They had a little shop called the Chandelier Barn, I believe. It was super neat. But the food was awesome. But just walking around there was just so peaceful, and it was relaxing. And I felt like we were gone for a week, but we had only been gone for the night. And we took our bicycles, so we rode 10 miles.
Got about a 10-mile ride
in the Amish country. And as we rode, it was early. The little Amish people were out with their kids, and there was all kinds of animals, baby cats with their mama, baby horses. It was just fun.
And the big thing is we got to lay in the grass. So if you read anything about grounding and reconnecting with nature and just going slow. So going slow allows your body to actually lower cortisol levels. It allows your heart rate variability to decrease. And so you enter into a state of just peacefulness, just the calm. And that's what the body needs. The body needs that time of calm. The body needs that time of rest, relaxation, and repair. When I was doing my morning read of the Bible was talking about that day of downtime, that day of relaxation, that day that it takes the, why won't that let me blow that up? The day, it's a biblical principle to actually take a day of rest. And we all need that. We all need time to relax, unwind, take a chill pill, because if you never do these things, then you never let the body actually know. The animal within, I talk about a lot, it never knows that it's safe, and it's always, always on high alert.
Well, I'm always on high alert. But I'm never off on the weekend, so I got the entire weekend off. It was amazing. It was an accident. I got the entire weekend off, but
happy accident.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was like the days were long. I wasn't running from place to place. And had been sick. Well, I'm still sick, but we still went and we took our bicycles and we had all kinds of fun.
So
we walked all over the place.
I will take a moment here and I'm going to blow up some of these pictures and we're going to share a screen here. Let me minimize this for just a second and I will share the screen.
And then on our way out on Saturday, we took a different way and we ended up going down by, was a 600-acre lake? Is that the one? I don't remember what lake.
611-acre, yeah. West Boggs.
And there was a Amish restaurant lakeside. It was fabulous. The people were so fun. They were so sweet. We watched a dad and like 4 boys on a boat fishing. I think there was a golf course around there.
Oh yeah, there was that.
Anyway, you can just have it was just nice. The food was grand.
Let's see. Good.
Butter was even churned. It was fresh made butter. I love butter.
It was an awesome thing. And it was nice to just slow down. You didn't have to be anywhere, didn't have to do anything. And the reason why we talk about this is it's important to have these times. I mean, it's not just about us, it's about reconnection. And so we had the time to go down there and we had the time to reconnect. The Gustav is a very simple, it's just a simple place.
Super clean. It was so clean.
So that's the front of it. And you can tell it's super clean. It is an older building. And
hospitality was awesome. You walk in, there was just a simple little older lady there. It was so sweet. You walked into fresh coffee and Amish baked goods. It wasn't super pricey.
Oh, no.
It was actually very cheap. And then
I'm just telling you, $70 to spend the night there.
We got a room for $70. It was simple, but it had actually more than most places that we spend a lot of money at. It had a microwave, it had a little breakfast nook, a coffee maker, a larger refrigerator. They even included breakfast. I mean, we don't eat processed food, but they had fresh fruit, they had eggs. I think they said it had biscuits and they had pancakes and they had sausage, coffee, juice, milk, yogurt.
And this is the backyard. I mean, oops. Well, I'm not doing that.
And there's a little pool in that white fence. There is a very small older pool. It was really small, but you could just lay out there and relax and listen to the birds sing.
And then there were several different barns. And so people like antiquing. This was Montgomery, Indiana. And like I said, it's the Gustav. But it is truly all about just that connection and slowing down. Here we are down by this is after our 10-mile bike ride. And we're just down in that little meadow right behind the hotel, just having a fabulous time. We laid there on the ground for probably 20 minutes. That was a meditation time. It was just fabulous.
It was so peaceful. You could hear the wind rustle through the leaves and just the birds.
And we got to goof off a little bit. What else did we?
We watched the little kids. There was a camper park right across the street from that lake.
She was in her happy place.
Yep. And we watched the same little boy ride his bicycle round and round and round.
My dad's a construction woodworker, and you can see all the old pins and all the old, how they pieced it all together. You can see
it's all wood.
Wood pegs. And it was truly fascinating.
We sat there probably at dinner, looking at the building.
Yeah, for quite a while. Just looking at how it was all constructed. It's interesting. This right here is the air conditioning duct, and because it's modern, they actually enclosed it in the woodworking. And then, of course, you see the fire safety stuff that they have to have because it is a public restaurant. But once again, we are taking a little break from our normal stuff. Next week,
we kind of took a break this past weekend by accident.
But yeah,
we went motorcycle riding to Madison and met up with friends, had lunch. We just chilled. It was great.
And even the recreation is like everything else. I'm not saying that you should never have times where you go have friends and you're celebrating and you have a couple of drinks. But we did all of this without any drinks.
I don't
building
drink.
Health. She doesn't drink. I will have the occasional beer or wine.
You can't even peer pressure me to drink. It doesn't happen. I bring my own tea.
Oh, look, it wants to put Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
She has green in her dress.
It wants to green screen me. I actually have a green dress on. That's funny.
But we don't have to do the things for escape. Just being honest, when I went through my divorce, I turned to alcohol, and I've always grown up with alcohol, and I've always thought that alcohol was just a normal part of life, and it can be incorporated in certain situations as a celebration. But to do it every day or every night, it tears you down. And that's part of why and how I have to rebuild myself, because it destroys the gut. It's alcohol. It kills bacteria. So it destroys the normal flora. And, I'm going to pay the price for what I did in the past. And that just happens. We all pay the price for what's happened to us in the past, whether or not it's intentional or unintentional. Just the way life goes. You get hit and you roll on.
So we're going to do this again this weekend, but this time we're taking the kids, and we're going to go to Red River Gorge, and we are going to hike up to the land bridge. We're going to start our day off with a kayak trip, and then we're going to hike, take a picnic, and take a hike to the land bridge, which I'm excited about because it's on my bucket list.
And so what's the
getting with nature?
Yeah, the geek in me.
Yourself, watch the birds.
Well, and build family. That way, there's that foundation of family for trust for the kids and everything else, and it helps send them off on a good way. So short, sweet, and simple. Next week, we're going to talk about blood pressure. So we will be talking about the causes of blood pressure, and then we will have some easy supplements and stuff that you can do to help control blood pressure. And we'll start to get back to the geeky, nerdy stuff that I like.
Yep. The supplements are important. We've actually had a fabulous week, and our patients are giving us a lot of positive. They're looking they're looking fabulous. No makeup. Their hair is beautiful. And the only thing.
Well, cell health, phase angle on the one we tested today.
Yep. And these supplements. So supplements aren't all the same, guys. So we've had several patients spend a small fortune on supplements that are supposed to be helpful. And unfortunately, they weren't. So the quality, just because you're paying a lot of money for your vitamins doesn't necessarily mean you're getting quality. Also, just because you spend not a lot of money on your vitamins doesn't mean you're not getting quality. So, but we have.
Well, we test, and that allows us to show.
We actually test, and we can show that what they're using isn't helping them to the optimal effect. And then we can test them again once they are on the products that we have learned to trust. and show you actually that they are working. So this was actually a pretty quick turnaround. Like, this was exciting. This was really,
from the 25th to today, what is that?
It's really exciting to watch them. Like, they look good.
Well, and the blood draw on that patient today was, never seen this woman sweat pulling blood. So Jessica, for those of you that don't know,
and I'll share.
RN.
Yeah, I'm an RN, and I'm
ED.
really good at drawing blood. I don't ever give up on getting blood. I get it. I'll get the IV site. I get the blood. But this little person.
You're the one they call at the hospital to get the site.
Usually in my world, yes. But this little person came in probably 2 months ago now.
Somewhere around there.
And her platelet count was so high, and I didn't even have to see her platelet count to know. She was clotting my butterfly up as I stuck her, and I think we stuck her
a bunch,
a dozen times, and we still didn't get more than 3 tubes of blood. But what was scary is the knowing what was going on in her body. I was really afraid she was going to have a stroke or throw a clot. So we were able to get her into her primary care doctor immediately, and they did more tests. So she didn't want to go on medicines, so we chose different supplements for her.
It's a much better result.
She's got. So you can see this. Anybody that is medical will know that your platelet band is usually very small. And if you can see it at all, it would just be a white film. So
you can barely see it.
You can barely see them, and you can't. So I know that you're probably, so you can just see red, maybe yellow in the top of that tube. And there's gel in there. So her platelet band would usually be between the red here and this gel. And like, you can't see that today. But the day the day I pulled her blood, and this is just her cells. So the day I pulled her blood, she had a 1/4 inch of white, and it looked like it was white platelets. And that scared me to death. As a nurse, that scared me to death, because I was afraid that she would stroke or throw a clot. And so she went, we got her in. I called her family doctor, let them know our concerns, and they got her in right away. And they retested her, and we put her on supplements. Immediately, she started taking aspirin. We redrew her, and we still had a lot of problems drawing her. But today, after a good 6 weeks, she's been taking supplements for 6 weeks, and she changed her diet. She looks beautiful, and I stuck her one time, and we immediately got her blood, and we were all happy because we prayed. I literally we prayed, and I was sweating down my back.
She woke up this morning and goes, "We only have 3 butterflies," and I was like, "Huh? What? Good morning, hon."
Yeah, good morning.
What's 3 butterflies? We're drawing blood today on, and I was like, "Ooh."
Well, we just love our patients.
And I had to tell her that it was going to be a totally different experience, because she is taking care of herself. She's raised her omega-3 content, which affects the blood, affects blood pressure, does all of this. And I
usually tell him to leave it at home. He has to turn it off. But we really enjoy our functional medicine.
It's a lot of fun.
And we loved watching pieces come together. And we love watching, most importantly, we love watching our patients come in and watching them get healthier. And this little person, she's older and she's beautiful. She's got that beautiful silver head of hair, but it was flat and dull, and she was so pasty white, full of fluid. And we just tweaked her diet, gave her some supplements. She comes in today, she just glows. No makeup. Her hair is shiny. It's full. It's thick. It's bouncy. Her eyes are bright. Her smile. She's got beautiful complexion. All the swelling is gone. And that's just what she did for herself by diet, movement, because she does exercise.
She already had great
she has
sleep.
her supplement. She has great sleep, and she's eating a fabulous diet. And now we can start helping her open up that diet and just support her in her journey, because she's so afraid of going back. But I'm like, well, you just keep trucking along one item at a time. But we just love them.
And with that all being said, thank you very much.